Alright everyone, hello, welcome back. It's episode 10 of Zero to Hero, and we are away against Gamba Osaka. And talk about starting the episode with a big bang. That most certainly was exactly that. Unfortunately, it just wasn't from us. Great free kick to make it 1-0. We did hit back relatively quickly though, a man who we don't usually see get on the scoreboard too often in the form of Ryutaro Leo. And obviously this is quite an important episode for us because we are approaching the end of our first season in the J1 League, and we are currently occupying the second to bottom spot, which theoretically puts us in a relegation spot. And when you defend like that, that probably won't come to too much of a surprise to you. Good chance there on goal, just about skims the post, and it was important for us really to try and keep it at a 1-goal deficit. I saw these guys kind of celebrating like this and thought to myself, I swear I've seen this duo before, and suddenly it made sense. But anyways, at half-time we got substituted on. Now obviously if you watched the previous episode, you'll know how frustrated I'm getting with being kind of substituted on as a defensive midfielder. So when one of my positions was initially put down as being a defensive midfielder, it's really more of kind of like a deep playmaker type of defensive midfielder, rather than someone who's just going to sit in the centre circle or in front of the back four all the time and just simply defend, especially when I constantly come on off the bench when we're losing. Like, I don't understand the logic in substituting like someone on and just kind of being like, yeah, just make sure we don't concede another goal, make sure we only lose 3-1. But anyways, as you can see, I've had a few chances. This was a really good opportunity as well, where I could have got another assist. We obviously had a chance in the last episode as well, where I played, I think it was Suzuki in. He was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, rating of 4.0 again, because, you know, we were trying to get forwards and score a goal, even though I was a defensive midfielder, where Suzuki didn't finish. And that was another opportunity there where I really should, on another day, have really just gotten an assist to my name. But anyways, Morella decided to wake up against Kashiwa Reysol. This is the third time we actually play them this season. We played them obviously once in the league where we got hammered pretty badly, I think, early on. And we played them in the cup where we were 1-0 up until I think it was the 89th minute, and then we lost in extra time. So, you know, it wouldn't be wrong to say that we certainly wanted revenge, and going 1-0 up certainly allowed us to do that. And the second I say we went 1-0 up, of course, their substitute comes on and grabs the equaliser. You can see how much it meant to those guys. So there we go. I get subbed on, unfortunately, once again in a defensive midfield role. I get a chance to shoot from the edge of the box, and I think at this point, really, I'm not really too bothered about focusing only on defending, even when I get substituted on. In this scenario here, where we go 2-1 up, I'm more than happy to then sit back a little bit more. And surprise, surprise, you know, we saw the game out, and I got a rating of 6.0 on this occasion. One thing I touched on in the last episode was potentially leaving in the summer if we are in a relegation spot, putting a transfer request in. Now, the main motivation towards potentially considering to do that is not just because we have theoretically gotten relegated. We can, of course, stay in the side, but also because if he doesn't stop playing me or substituting me on as a defensive midfielder, I'm going to constantly get poor ratings, and it's going to affect my progress, to keep it quite simple. So hopefully you guys appreciate that, and hopefully you appreciate that peach of a finish as well. No idea that Sawada had that in his locker. Helped us make it 1-1, and we came close as well here to taking the lead. It was a real good strike from Onaga, I think it was, but went just wide of the post, and yeah, we conceded again, as per usual. So Sugimoto deciding to let you all know he loves you. I did get subbed on yet again in a defensive midfield position, and this is a prime example of the type of scenario I'm talking about. You know, we're 2-1 down. I'm being substituted on here. We're in the relegation zone. You can't expect me not to go forwards and try to get us out of the mess that we are in. But anyways, we did get an equaliser, 2-2, rating of 5.0. Very fortunate not to get 4.0 there. But, hey, it got the job done. I came on at 2-1. We didn't concede a goal, and we scored a goal. You know, we still salvaged a point from the match. But the truth is, we need to start getting wins on the board. Lovely strike there on the half volley from one of our players. Very unfortunate to go wide. And the next episode will be an interesting one because it's going to be against a team who basically are at bottom spot in the league. So, you know, getting 3 points there and having some of the teams that are only 3 points ahead of us. What a strike that was. It certainly showed Fernando Torres up, who scored for the other team. But yeah, if we can get 3 points against a team that's in bottom place, we probably aren't going to survive on goal difference because of the sheer number of goals we've conceded throughout the season. But 3 points there just to put us on level with some of the teams above us with 2 games to go until the end of the season. It was, I mean, I can't even explain that strike. The curve on that was fabulous. Probably the only time I've actually seen us play well when I'm not on the pitch there. But yeah, so yeah, 3 points basically is a must in the next episode, and yeah, that'll probably be some sort of live comish style episode, I'm not too sure. But anyways, we won a penalty and upstepped our centre-back for some strange reason to take it. But then again, it wasn't that surprising because he takes our free kicks as well. I was finally substituted on as a right midfielder at 3-1 up. You know, it kind of makes more sense to put me on as a defensive midfielder just to get game time when we're winning like this. That way I don't need to kind of divert against the plan versus putting me on as a right midfielder when we need goals because then I get forward a little bit more. Anyways, we played crap again. So we only got a rating of 5.0, but that was mainly because I really didn't get on the ball much just because, yeah, most of our attacks were going down the opposite side. Anyways, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, second time we play them, of course. No jokes in the comments, please. I know we're Nagasaki and all that. But anyways, lovely ball over the top. A bit reminiscent from a goal we conceded in the last episode. And yeah, in true Nagasaki fashion, we then went on to concede. Dangda got his first goal of the game. And the worst part here is that, you know, I know what's going through your heads. I said it was the first, or Dangda's first goal of the game. Yeah, he got a second as well. And spoiler alert, you've watched, if you've made it all the way up until episode 10, you probably know what's coming next, which is probably yet another goal from Dangda himself. So Felipe picked the ball up, low cross into the box. Was it not Dangda, was it Kashiwa? No, I think Dangda does get his hat-trick in the end. But yeah, I mean, by this point, the game was over and out. I get subbed on as a defensive midfielder because that's exactly, you know, where you want one of your most creative players when you're 3-1 down. And the thing is, when I say most creative players and whatnot, if you actually look at the number of assists that I've got so far this season and compare that to the amount of game time that I've had, like coming off the bench, I am genuinely one of our most creative players. I don't understand why I just can't start. Because I'm pretty sure at this point my manager trust level is at least 75%. But anyways, that shot from long distance there was just kind of me letting off some frustration. You know, tried to balance what we were doing, trying to get stuck in and all that. Eventually, I got given a yellow card, even though I don't think my foul merited a yellow card. But to be fair to the referee, he did warn me a couple of minutes ago for another challenge that I made. I was wrong. Dangda didn't get a hat-trick. He got man of the match, though, and we ended this match with a rating of I missed it. So you guys probably saw it and I didn't. But anyways, Vejalta Sendai. Nice Under Armour boots there from their striker, getting ready to kick off. You know, and after a 4-1 loss, what we need to do is try and, like I said, at the moment it's simple. You know, we lose 2 games in a row, fair enough, but we need to win. And when your goalkeeper doesn't hold on to shots like that, or at least parry the ball away from where your opposition strikers are most likely going to be in and around the penalty spot, you're going to concede goals. And unsurprisingly, we conceded a goal. Now, finally, the gaffer saw some light and subbed me on in a very attacking role as a shadow striker, and straight away off the bench you saw that nice bit of footwork, nice bit of trickery from me to create an opportunity on goal, which is exactly what happened. I'm basically on the penalty spot. I call for the ball and I get given a back pass, and I score a goal, which is what happens when you play me in an advanced position. So there we go. I get the equaliser off the bench. We'll have to wait and see whether or not it'll be enough to convince the manager to finally let us start a game in the next match, especially when, you know, we need all the penetration we can at the moment. At 1-1, 58 minutes to go, I noticed that, you know, we've kind of caught the opposition with their pants down a little bit. I overlap on the right-hand side, shoot at goal. Maybe should have done better, but it was a good save by the opposition goalkeeper. Cross into the box, header not quite good enough. And once again, you know, we ran the channels really, really well. And it was much easier for me to do what I do best kind of in this kind of situation as the shadow striker, because I wasn't the right midfielder with the shadow striker in the way in front of me. But anyways, enough about me. Let's appreciate the lovely footwork from Marilla as he snogs the corner flag in the meantime with 15 minutes to go. But yeah, we did get the 3 points. I got man of the match coming straight on off the bench, but we are still 17th in the league, which isn't good enough. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.